This conference will now be recorded.
All righty. And then my third task for this afternoon is to introduce our host, who is the marvelous Mr. Michael Stanford. He's a person who absolutely embodies the mission of the Wood County Board of Developmental Disabilities. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Mike Stanford.
Thank you, Miss Emily. I want to say welcome to our forum. The People First of Wood County presents Meet the Candidates. And my name is Mike Stanford. I am the president of People First. People First is an advocacy group and who promotes the disability rights. And here's the list of the members. In our session today, we will meet the following candidates. Dr. Ted Bowlus, the candidate for Wood County Commissioner. We have 2 questions that we will ask each candidate. In the interest of time, please limit your response to each question to 2-3 minutes. After the question has been answered by the candidates, we will take questions from the audience. Question 1, tell us a little bit about yourself and the responsibilities of elected position.
Okay, hi, I'm Dr. Ted Bowlus, and I want to thank you for asking me here today. And Emily is the one who actually asked me to be here. So thank you very much. I am a commissioner of Wood County, and I've been a commissioner for 4 years. I previously worked for Board of Education for about 10 years and Behavioral Connections for about 10 years. So as far as the responsibilities of my position, what do I do? Well, we provide for the budget of our county agencies like Job and Family Services, Woodhaven Nursing Home, and the Sheriff's Office, and so on. So that's number 1, the budget for these agencies. Number 2, we provide for the infrastructure like roads, bridges, ditches. And I thought you might be interested in knowing that we take care of the county roads, and we have about 245 miles of county roads. We take care of the bridges. We have 443 bridges in Wood County. And then we take care of the ditches and streams. We clean them out. We have 711 miles of ditches that we take care of. So those are the things that we have to do. Things that we volunteer to do are things like fighting this virus. Everybody's heard about this virus. We do things to help the county people with fighting the virus. Maybe you've heard about the addiction battle that we've been fighting. We do things to fight the addiction battle. We lecture. I work with the Educational Service Center, which is close to you. It's north down the road from you. And we celebrate things like 4-H, Eagle Scout. Remember the basketball game that we had? Yeah, we do. That's a volunteer type thing that we do. And there are many more. So those are the things we have to do and the things we volunteer to. So I think I've taken up my 2 minutes. Do you have any questions about what we do? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so I think that answers question number 1.
Thank you. As an elected official, what will you do to promote an inclusive community for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities?
Well, now I interpret this question as meaning what do I do to help the Board of Developmental Disabilities? Um, okay, I've done many things. Um, because I'm a doctor, I actually treat um, my patients who have developmental disabilities. I treat them with medicine or surgery, and I've done a lot of medical work with people. In fact, I've thought about developing a clinic um, to help people with developmental disabilities in Wood County. Um, so I've actually had hands-on experience treating people, and I interpret this question as meaning, what else can I do? Well, I am against discrimination. In fact, it's still a problem with discrimination. I found this article in the Blade. I don't know if you can see it, but down in Texas, they are discriminating against people with developmental disabilities. This article was just in the paper in the Toledo Blade about 2 weeks ago. And so legally, we have to fight that discrimination. So as an elected official, if you have any problems in the Bureau of Developmental Disabilities, you can always come to us. Excuse me. You can come to us, come in front of our board, and tell us what the problem is. For instance, transportation. That may be a problem for some people going to work with jobs, right? So if you have a problem, for instance, with transportation, come to us, sit in front of our board and express the problem, and then we will see what we can do for you. Okay, there are two other commissioners, and we will make a decision as to what we can do or whether it has to go to the state senator or the state representative. Or we can go to the federal government also, like Bob Latta, for instance. So that's what I interpret this question to be, to ask about what we as, or myself as an elected official can do for your community.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any questions? I hope I made myself clear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And now we have some questions from the audience. So we will take as many questions as we have time for until 4:45. If you are not able to ask your question, you can contact the candidate directly. If you got a question, raise your hand, or we could do a popcorn effect of who wants to go first.
I vote first.
Go ahead.
Gaka, I have, where did he go? Where did my Gaka go? What the heck? Where did Gaka go? Can you hear me or not?
Okay, he can hear you. When we share this, let me switch it up a little bit. There we go. Does that help?
A little bit. I'm trying to get one. Anyway, I have surgery in my neck for Gaka, but I have a surgery in my neck, and I went to the hospital before. I just had it a long time ago, but my body does not help. I walk every day right now, but I walk every day every single time, but my leg does not help. My leg does not want to help me, and my leg's shaking a little bit, but I can't get it right now. Every time I had my leg does not, it's just like, You got a question, doctor?
Well, Emily, can you help me out? Because
Yes, she
the
was,
volume is,
yes,
Well, I
she was
mean, I'm just
sharing.
saying, you have a question about that.
She, April, he wanted to be sure that he understood what your question was. And she was sharing with you that she has had surgery on her neck, that she has a goal and she practices her walking every single day. She is strengthening her legs. April, how many
Yeah, but
steps are you up to now? How many can you do?
I could probably about 1,000 before.
Whoa.
I have equipment like 1,000, but I did those on.
That's,
But sometimes I have to little because my legs is not helping it. My legs are a little bit sore inside.
yeah.
But yeah, my legs is not very good looking. But I just want you to know that my legs is not. I just wake up in the morning and hurt my legs everything. Every time it's shaking, it wake me up. It's just a
Mhm.
little bit sore.
Mm.
okay.
Yeah,
So when you wake up, who is this talking? April?
Yeah.
April.
yeah.
Okay. When you wake up, it sounds like you need to do some stretches. Um, but when a doctor is presented with a problem like yours, we have to take a look at you to determine what the problem is. It could just be a matter of tightness of the muscle. It could be weakness. It could be the
I
nerve.
have, I have I kind of move, but I kind of move just on it because I'm trying to move my body, and my body just not really happy about that. But every time I wake up, it's just driving me nuts. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm like, okay, this is not gonna work.
Hmm.
Okay,
I don't know what the heck on.
well, it could be a lot of things going on, but I would definitely talk to your doctor about that.
Hmm.
But a couple of things I can tell you that number one, it sounds like you could have some tightness in those muscles. So you have to stretch before you get out of bed, or at least at bedside, do some stretches. Um, they have to you have to work on the leg muscles and stretch the leg muscles. The other thing you can do is gradually each week try to walk a little bit more. And
How how I do that?
how do you do that? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know how far are you walking now every day?
Ugh. Okay, because I'm a woman of a sucker, but I follow my room, the bathroom, and the dining room, and go further my front room. I don't know how far I am, but sometimes I have to stop and take a breath for a minute. But
Yeah.
my legs, if I stop and take a breath for a minute, but my legs look a little bit shaky when I was doing, but I don't know what I do. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, when you stop, April, you can just sit down and do some stretches, and then
Hmm.
try to walk a little bit more and do some stretches. Okay,
Yep.
just walk, stretch. See if that
Yeah.
helps you. And the other thing, are
Yep.
you in good shock absorbing shoes? You have good walking shoes.
I got my shoes on. I have my
Yeah.
shoes on. I have my shoes. I have my shoes all the time.
Well, they have to
Okay.
be good, comfortable shoes when you're walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dr. Bowlus, one thing I will share with you, April's worked on this goal for a while. It's really important to you. It's amazing to watch this to her, and and to us. We've celebrated her successes and watched how far she's
Yeah,
come.
yeah,
She's got
but
amazing goals. So we're going to
yeah,
move on now to the next question. All right. So, and thank you, April. Anybody have a question that they'd like to ask Dr. Bullis?
I got one.
Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Mike,
Mike.
Okay, I got a question for Ted. Is how do we get ADA compliance here in Bowling Green?
Well, one thing is you can talk to our building inspector here in the courthouse. His name is Mike Rudy. And the building inspector can tell you exactly what the ADA compliance is supposed to be. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, now for me, that was an easy question. April's question was a little bit harder.
Well, and Dr. Bowlus and Mike, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to give Dr. Bowlus some background information in that this group, People First, advocates for rights, disability rights for people in Wood County. And each year we travel to the State House. Mike, do you want to tell them what we do?
Yeah,
So they have a chance of
we
knowing.
go down to the State House to talk to our legislators about what's important to all of us around here in Wood County. And we talk about transportation, how we could get that accessible for people that needs it.
Right. For their jobs, for be able to go to their jobs, to be able to enjoy doing activities here in all of Wood County, whether it's Perrysburg or Bowling Green or North Baltimore. You know, one of the challenges that we have had for a while is there's just not any transportation beyond not, you know, any non-medical transportation is just not available. But just real quick, because I would love to hear you talk more about that, but I want Mike to also tell him, who did we get a chance to speak to last year when we went to the State House?
Ras Gambari
And,
I know
and
him
Teresa
very well.
Gavron.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
Lisa Gabriel. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can help you communicate with them also if you have a problem. Like transportation. Did they talk about transportation?
No.
We talked about it very little bit. So, but they didn't have not enough answers that we really need here in Wood County.
Uh,
And
well,
what's
there
your
may be,
thoughts?
Emily, there may be a grant available for that. A
Oh,
grant? There may be. We'll have to look into that.
well, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, good.
Very good, Mike. Thank you.
All
What
right.
Any other?
What about GAN? Yeah, you know,
Dan, I think they're looking at you. They're wondering if you have any questions that you might like to ask.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually do have a question.
Uh-oh.
It kind of goes with Mike's question about the transportation. I noticed we don't have any transportation for like people that are handicapped at like nighttime when there's no taxis running for them to like go out and do their nighttime stuff.
Yeah, their nighttime stuff would be jobs.
Well, no, I mean like having fun with friends, going wherever they need to go.
Well,
And for some it is jobs also.
yeah.
Right now, there's what we refer to it as medical transportation and non-medical transportation. And there's really no non-medical transportation. And this is an area that we, you know, we would love to, if we could be part of the solution, we want to support it and help however way it is, and work with the commissioners or work with our legislators.
Right. Well, we have to continue to pursue our legislators like Teresa Gavarone and Raz Gambari. Okay. We have to keep talking to them about it, and we can help you with that also. Number two, there may be some grants, money, funds available for that. And number three, I don't know, but there's a possibility that we could expand our Net Plus transportation program. Maybe expand it within certain limits to help you. So we can look into that also. So three possibilities. And so I hope that can work out, because I know transportation is a very important issue, especially for employment and getting out and socializing with friends. I know that's important.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mm,
very good.
Hey, very good, Mike.
Did
Dan,
Dan,
that's Dan. Okay.
uh-huh.
Dan, did that answer your question well enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. Are there any other questions?
I got a
I got
question.
one.
Oh, okay. We're going to try to give everybody a chance here too, all right?
Of course.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
who is first.
I got mine.
Okay, I'll go quick, April, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question for Ted. Is how did you guys become a doctor in the first place?
A mistake. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. No, I'm glad. My uncle was a family doctor, and he influenced me. I've always been interested in science, and when I was in college, I was in what's called a pre-med club, where we had different types of doctors come in and talk to us, and that really interested me in becoming a doctor when I went to college, especially. But my uncle, who was family doctor, influenced me. We used to talk all the time about different patients, different problems, diseases, surgeries. That's how I became interested, Mike.
Mhm.
Good.
All right. Okay,
Hey,
back to April. We're ready for your question.
Thank you, Emily. Doctor, how long you with your family in the platform? How long you with your family?
Emily, you'll have to help
Yeah,
me.
how long? I heard you say how long? What was
Your
the last part, April?
family. The family.
Your family?
Mm-hmm.
How
Okay.
long
Now,
should I?
can I just say something real quick? And since we asked Dr. Bowlus to be here and talk about his
No,
role as a candidate,
I know.
we have to be careful when we ask questions that are more of a personal nature, because we didn't let him know that that's what we're going to do. So it's okay if Dr. Bowlus doesn't want to answer that question. All right. Do you understand, April? Okay.
Oh, no. I was just trying to tell you, I just thank you and help me out, Doctor. I knew you were trying to tell me about that because thank you.
Okay. And he can choose. It's okay. If he wants to answer, he can. But it's okay if he says he'd rather not answer. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that. All right. So April's question was about your family. She'd like to know
Okay.
more about your family.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm trying to ask.
I have a few children. My oldest child is a veterinarian. He went to Ohio State. Yay! Uh, I'm a Buckeye fan.
Hey,
Um,
I'm a Buckeye fan too.
Good. You're rooting for the right team. I have a son that lives in Columbus, who works as a estimator for a construction company, and he flies all over the United States. He was down in Louisiana right after that big hurricane. I think it was
Ooh.
Hurricane Sally that came through and destroyed houses. Um, I was down in Louisiana too a few years ago, and we were trying to repair the houses around Lake Charles, which is just north of New Orleans. And those again were the houses that were destroyed by this big Hurricane Sally this year. So we're afraid that the work that we did years ago was destroyed again by the big hurricane.
Hmm.
But anyway, my youngest child is a senior at Bowling Green State University, and he's in law enforcement. He's going to be a policeman,
Yay.
and
Wow.
you know, so he's very proud of what he's doing. He wants to someday go into the FBI or CIA, keep advancing. So that's it. I live just east of Bowling Green, about 3 miles out in the country.
What? Are you really kidding me? Wow.
What?
Wow.
I'm afraid I understood that question. I think
No,
I think
I
it's
live,
I
I
think
live in I live in Broadburg over here, but Emily knows. You
Yeah.
remember Emily?
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say, April?
You remember you come to my house and drop me off and
Yeah,
come in the door?
I came to your house. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I live with my friend right now.
Yeah, very good. All right. So thank you, April. Are there other questions for Dr. Bowlus?
I don't know. I don't know. Everybody just
Yeah.
not.
All
well,
right. So
remember, if you have a problem, call our commissioner's office, make an appointment, meet with us, and we will try to find an answer for you. If you have a problem.
How
You
would
know,
how I get your phone number?
well, I'm sure Emily can look it up
yeah,
for you in Google. You can Google it.
yes, because he in his elected position, it's public knowledge, so we can find it, and I'll make sure you can get it.
Okay, because I just wanna thank you, Doctor, and you too, Mike.
Mhm. All right. All
Well,
right, Mike.
Yeah, I got one quick question before I close the meeting. Is how is for Ted Bullis? How do you get through this pandemic we're in?
how do Emily? The
Okay,
volume isn't good.
say it again for me, Mike, or for us.
Okay, yeah, I want to know how you get through this pandemic that we're in.
Okay. Well, Mike, that's a good question that a lot of people don't understand. I want you to understand this. Number one, we need a good vaccine, and the scientists are working on a good vaccine right now, but it takes a long time to work on it. So, number one, we need a good vaccine. Number two, everybody, and I mean everybody, should follow the three basics. You know, when you're out in public around other people, you have to wear the mask. There's been good, reliable research showing that masks help. They help other people and they help you. Number three, keep your distance from people if you can. You know, at least 6 feet away from other people. Okay?
Mm.
Remember that? And the other thing is, don't forget to wash your hands a lot. I once had another doctor tell me, if this was even before this pandemic, the virus, that if everybody washed their hands frequently, she wouldn't have a job as an infectious disease specialist. He's joking in a way, but it's true. You have to wash your hands a lot, and don't put your hands to your mouth or your eyes, because if you have the virus on your hands, you can put it in your eye and it gets in your bloodstream. Don't put your hands in your mouth like Melissa's doing. There you go, Melissa. I saw that. Okay. Can't get away with anything, can you?
It's kind of a,
Okay, so Mike asked a good question. Number one, we need a vaccine. Number two, we need those three things. Okay, the mask and the distance and the washing of the hands. Okay,
Okay.
that will really help a lot.
Okay.
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking about viruses, are there any more questions about viruses?
Yeah.
I
Go ahead, April.
sorry, Mike. I'm just gonna jump in like okay. One of my friend guys passed away. His name is Jenna. She she didn't have a mask on, but she just go out and I don't know why she wouldn't do that, but Emily, you can help me out, please.
Well, and yes, April, and that's so nice of you to think. We lost some of our friends due to COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
So our heart is heavy because of that. So that's our message to everybody all the time is just what you just said. So we're grateful that you shared that, and that's what we're all trying to do here.
She
Everybody safe.
tried going to get the mask on, but she didn't do it. But she didn't go. She got put in the hospital, but I don't know what happened, but I just find out myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I could, and so thank you, April, for bringing that up. And if I could also just kind of dovetail off of Mike's question. So Dr. Bolus's
Sorry about
response
that.
was helping us. No, that's good, April. That's okay. You were giving us really good suggestions of things that we can do to keep ourselves healthy. And I think the other part of it that we're all experiencing also is the emotional strain and stress and the sadness because our lives have been turned upside down. Mike, is that what you're thinking about too?
Yeah.
So maybe Dr. Bowlus could address. Melissa feels that way, and I know Virginia does too. April does. Dan, all of us. Our lives are so different because of this.
Yeah. Can I say something first?
It's called social isolation that is harmful. Okay, understand that. So when you're isolated, it's not good for you. So therefore, you should get out into groups and talk and maybe play games. But you have to wear your masks and you can't touch each other and you have to keep some distance between each other. But it's good to talk to each other and play games and enjoy each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because being alone, isolated is not good.
Yeah.
But
Mike, were you going to say something to that about that? You're going to add something, I think, too, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did. This is it's almost like two questions in one.
Okay.
So, like when we are washing our hands all the time, sometimes it really dries our hands out. So, what should we do about that? And when we wear our mask, sometimes it really dries out our lips and our noses. What should we do with that too?
Okay, so you're saying that when you wash your hands a lot, your hand skin is drying out.
Yes.
Maybe it's the wrong kind of soap. What type of soap do you use? What type of soap?
Just regular antibacterial.
Is it Dial?
Yes.
So it's Dial antibacterial soap you're using, and it's really drying your skin out.
Yes.
You may have to change. You may be, for instance, Mike, you may be sensitive to Dial liquid soap, and other people might not be. So you may have to have a special kind of soap. It's not going to dry your skin out. How many times a day are you washing your hands?
As many times that I go to the restroom, or about 2 or 3 times.
Oh, 2 or 3 times a day?
Or when you make your food or
Yeah.
at that desk. I mean, we're washing our hands a lot. It's true, your skin gets dried out, doesn't it?
Yeah. You may have to change that types of soap. And you may have to go to the other type that's dispensed by a machine, you know, the dry, it's called dry soap. That may be better for your skin. You know what I mean?
All right.
I wash my hand every day. I had to went to the back and get my stuff done, but I had to other stuff I had to, but that's what the same thing that Mike does, but I just wash my hand and yeah, that's what I
Okay.
do.
Now, how's your skin? Dry?
What, me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Emily, you can help me out, please. This is
Oh,
Dylan.
he's asking you if your skin is dry. Is your skin dry, April? Do you feel like your skin's
Uh,
dry, chapped?
Sometimes, yeah, but not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My
The
hands
other
are
thing, Mike, about dry skin is you can use soap, but after you dry off your skin, make sure it's dry with a towel, and then you can put on a skin moisturizer. You know, there's a lot of different skin moisturizers you can rub on your skin to put the moisture back in your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
that'll definitely help you with the skin moisturizer after you use the soap. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And can you answer my second question mask about how we keep our lips moist in our little nasal areas?
what a mask you talking about.
Yeah. Well, are your lips cracking or do they
Yes.
itch? Is there itching on your nose?
No, it's just little dry areas a little bit, just like our hands a little bit.
But for your lips, you may have to put on chapstick, and your nose, you could put a little bit of moisturizer on your nose. Just rub it in like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow. Dr. Bowlus, we got a little bit of bonus medical advice from you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
I appreciate
you.
that.
Emily.
Jacko, thank you for helping me out today because I know you're trying to help me. But I like you, but you're a nice guy for you are.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Do your stretches, April.
All right.
That's good. I let you know how it goes because I will.
Okay.
I don't know. Emily, just let me know what's going on, but who knows?
I will do that. I will do that.
Just go, Emily, let's just let me out.
We can hear you, April. We can hear you okay.
I know, but I want to see you.
Okay,
But
but
I just want you to know, just let me know the phone number or get
yes, I will do that. I'll be happy to help you.
and tell the doctor that thank you so much trying to help me out every time she does.
Okay, and he can hear you too. He can hear you saying thank you.
Yeah.
I need
You're
you.
welcome, April.
You're thanks. I want you guys to go and I can and nice to meet you, doctor, and I'm gonna talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, now I'm gonna close our meeting down. Then we got some questions afterwards for just our members. Is people first of what I wants to say thank you to our candidate. Thank you to our audience that we encourage everyone to vote on November 3rd or early voting. We wish our candidate here all the best.
Ah, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, Emily, I need to talk to you and get everybody
Okay.
gone.
Well, we do have a few more minutes. We've got about 3 more minutes. If anybody wanted to stick around, Dr. Bullis, thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you want to stick
Sorry.
around with us, you're welcome to. Or if you need to to leave, you're welcome to do that too. Whatever you choose.
I'm going to have to leave, Emily.
What's that?
I think I'm going to have to leave.
Okay. All right.
So,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome. It was fun.
Thank you for being
Bye.
here. Bye now.
Wow, he's gone.